Hi everyone. I don't know if the video is working this time. Let's hope that it does. But hello, my name is Sam, and welcome to another episode of my podcast, Shut Up Sam, where I talk about whatever I want. If there is video and you are seeing this right now, this is the lighting, this is the setting, this is what you get from me. I'm so sorry. I still don't really know what I'm doing. If you can't see or if you do see, this is Ethan. This is my little emotional support plushie that my boyfriend got me. And I'm holding it right now because I had a really tough day today. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about education, specifically educational burnout and burnout in general, and university, and being an adult, a young adult, and an adult. This could apply to any age, I'm sure. And why that fucking sucks, and why we're all exhausted, and blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I didn't really even plan to record an episode today. I just had one hell of a day, and I started thinking a bunch of things, and then I was like, what am I gonna do with all these thoughts? And then I was like, I literally started a podcast for this exact fucking reason. So I'm gonna get my ass up to my room, put my hair in a bun, because it's hot as shit in my room. It's literally hot as balls. Like, I don't think you understand. I don't sweat that often. My pits are like swamp. I'm right beside the heater too, because this is my comfy chair. I like to sit here when I contemplate about life and when I debate what the fuck I'm doing, and sometimes I like to knit here as well. Yeah, it's my existential chair and my knitting chair. And I'm next to a heater and it's so hot. I can't even. I don't know why it's so hot. It's a snowstorm here. That's probably why it's so hot. Maybe the heater's just acting up. But I'm exhausted, it's warm, and I just want to talk about my life. But before I do that, let's recap of the day. I actually, I didn't say episode 2 at the beginning of this because I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I actually recorded this after I posted episode 1. So if this is episode 2, welcome to episode 2. If this isn't, then welcome to this episode. But I was just so shocked to see such positive reception to my first episode of my podcast. I was literally listening to it this morning, and because when I tell you guys I love the sound of my own voice, I'm not lying. Like, I listened to it in the car. I listened to it the night I posted it to fall asleep because I wanted to analyze it to see what I can do better. And I just noticed that I was definitely so nervous. And I remember in the podcast that I mentioned that I'm always open to learning, I'm always open to changing, I'm always evolving. And when I was listening to the podcast and I was hearing my mistakes, I was like jittering in my boots because I was like, fudge, like, shoot, I shouldn't have posted it. It's so, like, no, I should have cut this out. Like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done this. And I kept thinking to myself, oh my gosh, no, I shouldn't have posted it. But then I was thinking, and I was like, in the video, I talk about how I'm gonna make mistakes and how none of this is scripted, by the way. So I literally just sit in the chair, turn everything on, and go. Like, I'm bound to make mistakes. And in the podcast, I was talking about how that's gonna happen. And I think it's my job now to own what I say and accept that the things that I put out into the world, the things that you may put out into the world, they're not gonna be perfect. They're gonna have mistakes. They're not gonna be the exact finished product that you had in your head. But it's out in the world for a reason, and that's beautiful, and that's okay, and that should be appreciated. And I think you guys reminded me of that because I posted it, and everyone, well, maybe not everyone, but my very close friends and people I admire so much were like, oh my gosh, I love, wow, this is so cool, and da 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 da, and like just praises. And I'm so grateful. Like, Chanel, Sophie, my friends, the band, obviously, Steven, like, you guys were so sweet and saying all those nice things, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I think that reminded me about, we all have, maybe not we all, I'm not going to generalize, but I and maybe you have this tendency to want things to be perfect. I hate that we can't control things. I hate that there are things that are out of my control. I hate that life passes me by when I'm not ready for it. And I hate that time keeps going when I want it to stop. And it's such a painful reality that I have to sit with. And I think when you live life and you go through things and you experience a lot of hardships and you just want to control it, the fact that even though those were like really big scenarios in your life where that was a lot of pain and you couldn't control that, and you couldn't, those things happened and that wasn't your fault. But now there are these little things that are in your control, like deadlines, doing the dishes, responsibilities, and those things are in your control. But because of the things that you experienced in the past, you just want to freaking wrap your hands around those little things and choke them because you need control because you never had it before. And that is that's like, these feelings is what wanted, I can't grammar. These feelings, it was because of these feelings that I wanted to sit down and talk about this today. I talked about this in my first episode. I'm a studious individual. Let me get into that. I was, studious. I was one of those kids that was good at school. Like, I didn't really have, I didn't really have any issues. I went through elementary school just fine. I graduated with like a couple of awards. Or in high school, I wanted to do AP because AP is like advanced placement, because like I was Asian, so I was kind of socialized in that way where it's either I achieve greatness or I achieve nothing at all, because that's all I'm valued for in this world. Lol. I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm not, maybe I am, but that's what I felt at the time. Being a young Asian woman in a predominantly white school, you're the one that everyone turns to for math questions because they're fucking racist. Not everyone. But, they're the ones that are always calling on you to do the things, and then you just learn how to do the things, and your parents want you to do things, and it's the culture you're raised in, blah, 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 blah. So I was always a bit of a overachiever. Also, the audio is crackling. I know that. Maybe. I don't know if it's actually crackling in post. Maybe I fix it in post, but I don't know. We'll see. So pardon me for the crackles. But I was always like an academic achiever because of that. I think I had this natural ability to do what people told me to do, and I think that people played that off as like, me being intelligent. And I'm not saying I'm not intelligent. I don't really know what I am, but I was typecasted as like smart and achieving based on the standards that school sets for me. So I went into high school with a big fucking ego and a big head because I was told that I could do everything. I was super smart. You're great at problem solving, da 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 da. So I went into school with this ego, and low-key, I did deserve it. I did well in high school. I did well. I didn't fail any classes. But a lot of this, I'm speaking from a place of privilege. I come from like a high middle class family. My parents are very affluent. They taught me a lot of things. I have the privilege of having a lot of that. So I owe a lot of my academic success to my very lucky social circumstances. But I was doing well. And then when senior year came for me, I don't know if this happened to anybody else, but I was just fucking done. I was so done with school. I couldn't imagine that I had another 4 years to go after this. So when we were all picking our universities and whatever, I'm Asian, so, my parents wanted me to go to a prestigious school. So my mom specifically, I love my mom, I really do, but she really wanted me to go to U of T because, like, it's the name, it's the brand, it's a prestigious school, blah, 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 status, blah, 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 all that bullshit. And I did whatever I was asked to do because I had no backbone. So I was like, okay. But up until then, I'm not like a STEM girly. I talked about this a bit before that I'm in humanities. I think I mentioned that 10 times. That was one of the things I didn't like about the first episode, was that I said that I was in humanities like 11,000 times, and I sounded really pretentious when I was saying that, so I'm sorry if that came off that way. But before, I wanted to do sociology and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to be an engineer because I'm Asian and this is what you're socialized to do. So I wanted to be an engineer. Around grade 10, after like trigonometry, I was like, nah, fuck this, I don't want to fucking do this shit. I was good at math, but I was like, man, I don't want to go through this, I don't want to do this. So maybe I had a bit of backbone in me back then. I can't do things that I don't want to do, and this is going to come into play later in my story. I can't do things I don't want to do. I don't believe in doing things I don't want to do unless, it benefits me, which then means I want to do it. So once again, I don't really do things I don't want to do. So when my mom was like, go to U of T, I didn't really want to do it. I didn't. And I did tell her that. I did the thing where I'm like, I'd rather do this instead. I actually wanted to go to York for teaching. Like, I wanted to do the B.Ed. And I was like, I kind of want to do this instead. And then she was like, yeah, but Sam, the prestige and Sam, blah, 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 blah. And at that point, my intention shifted. Yes, I wanted to go to York, but now I want to please my mother. So now I did want to go to U of T. Not because I wanted to go to U of T, but because I wanted to please my mother. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go to U of T. Hold on, let me double check that everything is going okay over here. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to U of T. I'm gonna do it, fucking whatever. And then everyone knows that U of T has this whole, reputation, U of Ters. And I went into U of T thinking, like, I was already burnt out from high school. Like, I did not want to do this shit anymore. I didn't want to study. I just wanted to figure things out. But here I was going into this very rigorous school. But I went into U of T thinking, nah, like, I was like, this is happening because, like, the stress of U of T is happening because everyone around me is saying U of T is stressful, and then I'm labeling it, and then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of thing where I am making U of T stressful for myself. So I went into U of T with an open mind. I'm like, I don't want this to be stressful. But then when every adult around me is going like, in university, this isn't gonna fly. You have to be prepared. You have to do this. You have to do this. You have to do this. And I am a good soldier. I do what I'm told. If an adult tells me, Sam, you should be scared, I'm gonna be scared. I listen to people, okay? I'm a very trusting person. If you tell me something, I'm probably gonna believe you. So when all these adults are being like, oh, university is really hard. University is really hard. You have to be on top of your shit. I'm gonna do it. I'm a good student. I do what I'm told, okay? So when professors go, hey, you have a 40-page reading and I think you should do it, I'm gonna do the 40-page reading. The issue was, my degree was sociology, music, and English. All I was doing was reading and writing constantly. So when all these professors were assigning these novels, these 60-page articles, these 30-page textbooks, and they're all telling me to do it, I'm like, okay. So I overloaded myself with all of this shit that if you completed university successfully, you know that you don't always need to do those things. And that kind of leads me into what I want to talk about today. I still have that tendency. I do that all the time with everything. I want to overachieve. I want to oversucceed. I want to do more than what I'm asked for because I want approval. I want to be valuable. I want professors to think that I'm smart, and I don't believe that comes from myself. I believe that comes from my ability to do what they say, my ability to be obedient. And I think as much as the adults around us, like, and, I go to TMU now, the professors are very progressive, they reassure you that that's not the case. That's not the system that we're set up in. School doesn't operate that way. You get graded. Your grants are based on your grades. Your opportunities are based on your grades. And your grades are based on your marks. Your marks are based on your performance. Your performance is heavily reliant on your ability to keep up with what the professor's saying. And that's the ability to regurgitate what the professor's saying. So I regurgitated a lot. I was just doing what everybody else was asking me to do. And I wasn't happy. I was not happy. I burnt out of U of T, and I ended up transferring to TMU. One, because I burnt out, but two, because I realized that I just wanted to do teaching, and I should have just followed what I wanted to do in the first place and not do what my mom told me. But that tendency we have to be perfect all the time, why do we do that? And I think I kind of asked that question to you guys because I'm still in it. I still don't fully have the answer. But I know, or I have a feeling, that I do it because I want to cover my bases. I think there were many parts in my life where I felt out of control, and these little things, these grades that I objectively know don't necessarily fully matter in the future. There are ways around it. Like, I'm not gonna die if I don't do this reading today, and if I do it tomorrow. If the reading is due in a week and I do it tomorrow instead of today, I know I'm not going to die, but for some reason I feel like I'm going to die if I don't do the reading right now. And I guess the reason why, like, I know I'm kind of bouncing around over here. I don't really have much of a point, but I think if I were to have a point, I just want to say to whoever's listening, including me, slow down. Take a deep breath. You're fine. This doesn't matter. It doesn't. And it does, but it doesn't. And it's so weird because it's like, I want to tell you and I want to tell me that it doesn't matter ultimately. But sometimes it does. But it's not worth sacrificing yourself for. I think a lot of the time I hold those things become my character. My ability to obey, my ability to go above and beyond, my ability to succeed in a competitive environment. I take those things and I put it in my ego and I hold it there and I'm like, yes, I did it. I won. I'm proud. But why am I basing myself off of those things? Why am I valuing myself off of those things? That's not what I love about myself. Well, maybe it is, but that shouldn't be what I love about myself. I have, this ability to be creative, and I'm sure you guys do too. You have this ability to be creative. You have so many unique thoughts, feelings, and things to bring to the table that we aren't really allowed to do because of the way that things are set up here. That should be what you're valued for. And you shouldn't need these material pieces of validation, like a grade or a good job email from your professor or a good job email from your parents. I don't know why your parents are emailing you. Your parents, your friends, your peers. You don't need that to be good. You don't need that to be valuable. And before I started this podcast today, like before I literally sat down and I did this, I was like, fudge, do I do this? Like, I was like, I have this reading I have to do. So for context, I have an assignment. Don't make fun of me, okay? I have an assignment that's due February 27th. And I had this goal. I held myself to this dumb standard where I want to complete assignments as soon as humanly possible. This assignment was already assigned. It's not that hard of an assignment. I wanted to complete it a month before the due date because last semester, I completed an essay a month before the due date. And I continue to hold myself to these dumb fucking standards just because I really don't know. I think I love to torture myself. So I was like, and I was with my band today. We were practicing and I was literally telling them like, I don't want to do this work today because I don't. I'm tired. You know what I want to do? I want to get in bed and I want to knit. I want to sit in my chair and talk to my camera for 30 fucking minutes. And I don't want to read, okay? I don't really want to learn about developmental psychology right now, okay? I don't really want to write my paper right now. I want to sit on my ass and do nothing and rest. But why does that feel so hard to do? Why? Is it my fault? I actually don't know. I need to figure that out. And I don't think it is. Maybe it is. But it's definitely not your fault. I wanted to sit here to give myself a reason not to touch those papers. And maybe if you are ashamed at yourself for procrastinating right now, check yourself, check your situation, but don't be. We all need a break. Life is so freaking, oh my gosh. Like deadlines, responsibilities, everything's happening all at once, and it's like, oh my gosh, everything is happening so fast. And I mentioned this before in my last episode. We're not designed for that. We need time to come up with great things. We need time. We shouldn't be rushed. Being able to produce things quickly and efficiently should not be praised, I believe, because it encourages people to put themselves down. It encourages people to work when they're unable. It encourages people to prioritize results over happiness. And I don't believe that that's the people that we should be. I understand that that's the way that, society is organized and therefore encourages us to be. But I don't think that that's right. But I think what sucks is that, I do believe that if I do what I want to do and if I fully relax, I'm not going to be able to succeed in this world. But maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's not about fully submitting to your desires, but it's about finding little places and where you can put a piece of yourself and dedicate some time to yourself and not feel fucking bad about it. For all those overachievers out there, and listen, I hear you. You have so much more to yourself than your ability to meet deadlines. You have so much more to yourself than the things that people say and think about you. And honestly, you have so much more to yourself than what you think about you. Because I don't know you, but I know me, so I'm projecting right now. But I have a feeling that you hold yourself to that standard because you think that of yourself. You believe that that's what you were built to achieve. And you believe that that's what you're good at. The one thing you're good at is being able to do what people tell you and be a good soldier and get shit done. And listen, that takes a lot of grit. It does. And that is something to be applauded. But you're more than that. I'm more than that. Whoa, I'm coming to conclusions. I'm like a baby gaining consciousness. We're more than that. And we don't have to do this. We don't have to torture ourselves for something that in 10 years we're probably never going to think about ever again. Post-secondary education, school, living is meant to build knowledge. It's not about achieving things. It's about building yourself. And that's not based on a grade. That's not based on praise. That's based on what you become, the person you become. And that's worth so much more. I literally have so much shit that in my mind right now, because I don't, we're still getting to know each other. You don't know me. I'm also gonna do this. You don't know me, but I have a habit of, speaking, and then my mind, there's another thought going on. My mind is having a conversation with itself, and my mouth is having a conversation with you. There's multiple things happening. Right now, my mind is going, Sam, you have those readings you have to do, and you got to make your flashcards, and you have to study your flashcards for your test in 2 weeks. Why am I worried about a test in 2 weeks? I'm worried about a test in 2 weeks because last time I succeeded, I was worried about a test in 2 weeks, and I succeeded then, and I don't believe I can succeed now if I don't torture myself. What are we doing? Relax. Sit in your chair. Talk to your camera for 30 minutes. Nothing's gonna kill you. Everything will be okay. And everything will be okay. I know a couple of people listening here are some music people, and there are a bunch of creatives here. And I think that this goes for that as well. I mentioned before that I wanted to talk about my songwriting. I'm not gonna fully get into that now. But stuff like that, especially when it's so raw and it's so you, it's not gonna be perfect. And you can't torture yourself over trying to make it perfect, because maybe it's not supposed to be that idea of perfect that you have. Maybe it's supposed to be exactly what it is, and maybe that's good enough. In my degree, we talk about, sorry, I'm making fun of myself. I said docked about, and I'm making my fun of myself for pronouncing talk wrong. I meant talk. We talk about meeting children where they are, and how oftentimes in education, we often see children for who they'll become. And we're like, oh, we have to prepare the child for this. In preschool, we have to prepare the child for elementary school. Elementary school, we have to prepare them for high school. High school, we have to prepare them for university. University is supposed to prepare them for a job. I'm getting this from my professor, Megan Monpetit, by the way. Amazing professor at TMU. It's not my original ideas. They were talking about how, we're always trying to prepare, and we never meet children for where they're at right now. And I think we sometimes view ourselves that same way. We're always thinking about what we can be. We're always thinking about who we're not right now. And we never meet us where we are. And maybe who we are right now is amazing and beautiful, and we're never going to know that because we keep looking into the future. And maybe who we are right now is exactly who us yesterday wanted to be. And we're never going to know that. We're never going to know that because we never let ourselves sit in the moment and think about what we've accomplished right now. I don't think anything's meant to be perfect. I don't think I'm ever going to be perfect. And I don't think a little procrastination is going to kill anybody. I think we were raised in this world of efficiency and production and go, progress. Technology, new, flashing, lights, get it, bang. That all of us wants to be new and be better. And procrastinating is like a cardinal sin of a neoliberal capitalist society. How dare you take a break? Hut to, man. Get to work. Pull up those bootstraps and get going. And it sucks because we know this as people. I believe we know this as people. I am not the first person to say this, okay? There are many other people, more eloquent, smarter people, older people who have said this way before me. We all know that this is true. We all know we need a break to be happy. There's literature and research on this everywhere. But society doesn't change. The systems don't change. There's still a deadline. There's still shame around asking for an extension. In my culture, there's huge shame about asking for extension. I'm disciplining myself because of what my parents put on me. Love my parents, by the way, don't hate my parents. And they're disciplining me because of the standards that their parents held to them. And this is the culture that we're raised in, if you also share that kind of culture within your family or your community. It's hard. Damn, it's hard. Because I just want to be myself, man. I just want to be myself. And you know what, guys? We deserve to be ourselves. So we're gonna revolt. I'm kidding. No, we're not. We're just gonna talk into this camera with each other for a little bit. But damn, oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's so hard. I hate not making people happy. I hate when I disappoint people. And low-key, this is so me being the annoying student that I am. But like, I hate when I feel like I let professors down. And I'm like, what the F are you even worried about? That person does not give a fuck about you. But what's bad is when they're a good professor and I feel like they do genuinely give like a bit of a F about me. I'm like, I don't want to disappoint you. Like, I feel like you have high expectations of me, and it's like you see me and you know that I do my diligence and I do my work, and now I'm not doing my work. Like, are you gonna hate me? Are you gonna hate me? Ooh, I'm so dumb. What am I saying right now? I can't believe I feel this way. But you know what? I also understand why I feel that way. So I'm not going to judge myself. And you shouldn't judge yourself either for feeling that way that you feel. I'm here. I'm here for you. We're here together. Leave a comment. We're here together. We're going through this together. Like, who gives a F? We shouldn't be pleasing anybody. The only person we should be pleasing is ourselves. But what if pleasing myself means pleasing other people? How do we even get out of that cycle? You know what I'm saying? I think, like, ultimately, now I'm talking about myself. I personally need to stop placing my worth on, like, these material little, like, awards and things like that. And you know what? I don't even get anything for completing my readings a week earlier or completing my assignment a month earlier. I get time to edit it, but you know what? What I usually do? I usually don't touch it for the rest of the month. I, like, look at it, like, 2 weeks before to, like, edit it. And, like, yay, I'm happy that it's done, and that's great. But it's like, I don't need to push myself to be doing things that early, and neither do you. Like, I don't get anything. The professors don't go, wow, Sam. They don't even know I complete things 30 days before they're due. They just see it, and then they give me a grade, and it's usually a good grade, which is why, like, that freaks me out, because I'm like, oh my gosh. Is the only way I can be super successful in life is if I torture myself constantly? I haven't had a situation in my life where I feel like I have succeeded without going through this huge leaps and bounds of anxiety and feeling like I'm exploding and this whole thing where I'm trying to achieve perfection. Because every time I push myself so hard, I still succeed. So it's like, damn it, my bad behaviors are getting rewarded. And it's making me not want to stop these bad behaviors. But in order to stop the cycle, I need to actually let myself not be a perfectionist. For once, I need to do something last minute. I need to put my balls to the wall, and I need to just not do it. And then I need to see how I do. I'm gonna sound so annoying right now, and I'm so sorry. Like, I really don't mean to be this person, but this is my podcast, so I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want. So in my class, like, there's these tests and whatever, like, weekly and whatever, and I study for them because I study, and I get like 95%. But then the lowest test in that class, they get dropped. So I was doing well, like, consistently 95 to 100%. So then I was like, okay, this last test, I don't really give a fuck about, so I'm not going to study. So I didn't study, and I actually didn't study. I mean, I did the notes in class, I read the textbook, sure, but I didn't, like, review it. And then I got an 80. And, like, that's good. But you know what I didn't like? I didn't like that I saw that I did worse when I didn't study. That made me mad. What do you mean I'm not perfect? What do you mean that when I don't put in as much effort, I don't get as much results? I don't like that. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me I need to work hard. Maybe I want to not work hard. Maybe I just want to do nothing all day. And it's so crazy because I talk about this and I fantasize about like stopping and procrastinating, but I feel like I'll never do it. But no, I'm gonna do it. And I say that, and literally when I talk about the dialogue in my head, I just had a dialogue in my head right now that was like, Sam, you're gonna stop this podcast and you're gonna do that reading, or you're gonna do that assignment. And low-key, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I might do a bit of the assignment. Just a little bit. I might take a look at it. I might read over what I have, okay? Because I started it like a little bit, so I'm gonna read over what I have. You know what I just thought of? This is probably so boring. You're hearing me talk about like school. And who wants to listen to that? I'm literally like having like an anxious breakdown over like my school, and like maybe you don't want to listen to that. If you don't, I'm sorry. I totally get that. Please feel free to click off, leave your hate down below, leave your disdain down below. I'm not even gonna be mad at you for it. I welcome it with open arms. I do wonder how you guys actually feel about me just yapping away. I wonder if that's entertaining to you or if it's beneficial for you. My MacBook just suggested for me to add effects using hand gestures, and I don't know what the fuck that means, and I'm nervous to move my hands. I'm moving them. Nothing happened. Technology just lies. Oh my bassist in the band, shout out Miko. He has an iPhone, and he used Siri today, and Siri was like a halo around the phone. What? Look at all this new technology that I don't even know about. Recently, I lost my Apple Pencil, and I had to get a new one, and my sister got me a new one, God bless her. And I'm checking how long I've been talking for, and she was like, I still have a couple minutes with you, and she was like, okay, I'll buy you a new one. So I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And she bought me this dupe, and it's not bad. Like, it does the, like, it writes, but it doesn't have the double clicky thing for the changing between the pen and the eraser. And like, that pissed me off because I need to write my notes. Like, I do everything on GoodNotes. If you're a studious individual and you like to like handwrite and stuff, I do recommend GoodNotes. You probably already have it, but what a goated app. Literally my whole academic career is on there, and it has so much storage. And I even do like band stuff on there. Like, I write little notes on like, and I annotate the lyrics so that I remember things. I don't even think, okay, shout out Miko again. He made this comment because I'm a messy person. I feel like you can tell by just this around. Like, I'm not an organized person when it comes to my life at all. I'm only like very type A when it comes to like my schoolwork and like the band. But even then, I'm a little iffy with the band. But like, I'm very type A when it comes to those things. I plan, I'm up people's asses. LOL. I'm up my own ass, and I'm always like, you know, let's get on the go. But everywhere else, I'm terrible. Like, my laundry is like crying at me right now because it's piling up, and I'm just ignoring it. I'm not even looking at it. Literally, before I recorded this, I had dishes I need to do, and I didn't do them because I was tired. And now I'm thinking, and I'm probably gonna go do those dishes. So what would you call that? Not a type A. Like, you're a type A on like certain things, but like, you're like the type not A, type B, or like type B for bad, type B for balance, type B for bad bitch, because bad bitches are type B. So then what does type A stand for? Type anal. Am I type anal? So then if I'm like both, then like, what I type AB? That's boring. Type anal bad? I don't know. Leave your suggestions down below. I have no clue. I think I would classify myself as like, I do consider myself type A because I'm constantly thinking. I'm a constant ponderer. This machine up here never stops. I'm always going. So it's like, you know, you never know what you're gonna get with me. You never know what's gonna happen. I might be pondering, and I might ponder so hard that I might do nothing, and I just rot and die. Or I might ponder so hard that you're gonna get like this, or I might ponder so hard that you're gonna get like a whole essay written. Back to what I was talking about before. I need to find a solution to my problem. The problem is that I don't feel comfortable procrastinating because, one, I'm scared I won't succeed, and two, I don't want to lose like my social points. I told you guys I have a big ego. This is very true. I don't want to hurt my pride. A lot of my pride is built on my ability to do this, my ability to complete things fast, and my ability to be like, me, professor. Yeah, I do pride myself on that. I'm sorry. I need to stop. But how do I stop? Okay, okay, this is the solution. The solution is that every time I do that, I need people to shame me. I need to not get rewarded. I need to start getting bad grades. I need to fail a course. Strategically. It's a strategic fail. I'm gonna like tell myself that I'm gonna like not do something good, and I have to like let myself actually not do it good. And I think whenever I overthink about it, like remember I talked about that internal dialogue? This is this is a great technique for you too if you share this. Every single time I start thinking about that, and it's like I told myself, okay, I'm exhausted, I'm getting to the point of burnout, which I feel like I'm perma burnt out because I'm thinking so much. But I have like a safe word in my mind that I have to run through the dialogue. So if I'm going like, oh, we need to do your notes, I go like, potato, and I just da 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 da, and then that's like, and then I hear potato, and I'm like, whoa. Cause you want to know why potato? Cause potatoes are roots, and I gotta be grounded. Oh my gosh, I'm such an absolute cinema. I'm such a poet. I should read you guys my poems. I have a poet account. Fudge. I have a poetry account on Instagram somewhere, but it's low key cringe. I mean, I don't think I'm that bad of a poet. I don't think I'm a good poet. I think I'm a good thinker and talker. So like, this could be poetry. Type out the transcript, get it in a book, and like separate each line, and then there you go. You have like a whole. There's a thing for that. A whole epic. There you go. The epic of Sam Chat. Who is that? Did I just mess up the name of my very new podcast? Which is very understandable because it's very new. Sam, shut up. Shut up, Sam. Fudge! I keep forgetting my own name. That's horrible. I was talking with my friends about my podcast, and I want to let you guys in on some cool future episodes that will happen. And I'm talking about it now because I'm manifesting it to happen. I'm going to have an episode with my boyfriend, and he is a D1 shitter. He's very good at pooping. He poops all the time. I am not a pooper. I don't poop often, which I think is bad. But like, I don't want to go to the doctor because I'm lazy and scared. See? Type anal balance. You know, a little bit of both. I don't know what's going on. You know, but we're going to have a sit down about that. About pooping, you know, and see where that goes. Yeah, I'm really excited for that episode. You guys don't know how excited I am for that. I would love to. I'm very excited to do that with him, and I'm happy that I get to do a podcast episode with my boyfriend. I think that's just really cool. This is from him. I think I mentioned that. It's also named after him, but you guys will meet him soon. What else? Oh yeah, I drove a shit ton today in the fucking snowstorm. I drove to North York, and I'm in Scarborough, and I was skidding and sliding all over the place. And I don't understand why in Canada we should all drive like snowmobiles. I don't think any other car should be sold, because you could drive a snowmobile in the winter. I'm not talking about the one with the skis. I'm talking about the ones with the wheels. Anything with wheels, you can drive. I think we should start making vehicles a little less boring. We're talking, okay, not the Tesla though. That is ugly. I want it to be like how I want it to be. So I want like I want everyone to drive monster trucks, or at least I want the big wheels, and like everybody's high up off the ground, kind of like a baby carriage, like where we're all kind of up here, and it needs to be able to like expand and retract, that I can like hop over people, like Gru's car. What are we doing, engineers of the world? Get on it. The people, aka me, want the Gru car on the streets. I would buy that. You know what? With a Gru car, I probably wouldn't be shooting and swerving all over the place. I could just laser beam the snow, and then the world would be mine. I don't understand why people don't just give me what I want. That is such a younger sibling phrase, but like I'm like speaking it into existence. And I encourage you to do the same. You deserve what you want too. We should all get what we want right now. Where's my Gru car? I want a monster truck. Because I think I don't know what I mentioned. My car broke down, so I bought a new car. It's a Toyota Corolla, and I'm very grateful. But I'm also broke, so I'm really struggling with this new car. But I kind of wish I got like a truck. Not because of like efficiency, but like, yo, like I have a truck. Oh my gosh, like that's so cool. And I'm in a band. Like, I think a truck would be very, very useful for band situations. If any of you guys don't know, I don't know if this is gonna go out before then, but we're playing CGDs on February 14th, and you should come. And we're opening for Forever Temporary in Cardia, and it's really, really cool, and it's gonna be really, really fun. And you're gonna meet me and see me. For my friends, you're gonna see me, and I think you should come and see me because I want you to, and because I miss you. I miss all of you all the time. I feel like I'm a D1 misser. I just lied. I'm not really a D1 misser. I don't miss, well, I do miss people. I feel like a lot of the time my mind is so filled with thoughts and ideas that things go in and out. So like I miss people, and then I'm thinking about things, and then I'm missing people, and I'm thinking about other things, and it's just da 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 da. And I'm a very forgetful person. I feel like I'm forgetful with some things, but I'm a pretty forgetful person. So it's like, I do miss people. I do. I want you in my life. I'm a terrible texter. I'm sorry for those people that try to text me. I do recommend that you do text me because I will do my best to respond. I think that, you know what we should have? Like, I want a chip in my mind that I can take out and that does not do anything more than what I'm asking for it to do right now. I don't want it to take over my brain. I don't need any of that. I just need a chip in my mind where, like, if I see a text and I think of a response, I just need it to send, like, right like that. Like, I don't have to say it out loud. Like, I don't have to do any of that. Like, it just, bam, go. And I would call it, I don't know. I have to think about that. I need to actually make a good name for that. I don't know why people haven't made these things. That's a lie. I know why. It's because it's, like, hard. But it's also like, come on, like, let's get out of the box here. Like, let's experiment. Hello? I just realized that I'm 40 minutes in now, and I think I should be letting you guys enjoy the rest of your day. But this was a lot of fun. I'm really glad that I did this. I just realized that it was a lot of just yap. And if that's what you're here for, then I'm glad that you stayed. But my next episode will be coming soon. Maybe not soon. I'm enjoying this podcast thing, so maybe soon, maybe not soon. But yeah, key takeaways. You are valuable. You are not just valuable because of the things that people think about you and the things that you think about you. You're valuable because you just are you. And that's so much more than a grade, an achievement, an award, a job could ever give anybody. Don't give up on yourself. And when I say that, I don't mean overwork yourself. I'm saying don't give up on who you are right now. Be that person. Be imperfect. Be you. Because that's good enough. You don't have to be anybody else. Don't work too hard. I'm not going to work too hard either. Don't stress yourself out over those things. Let yourself do them with a breath of fresh air. You know, maybe change the perspective a little bit. Don't push yourself too hard. And when things get hard, you can close your eyes. You can close your eyes. Cover your ears. Turn away. Focus on you, because you matter most. Okay, I'll let you guys go. I hope you have a great day. And I love you guys so much. And if nobody told you, your thoughts matter, your ideas matter, and I can't wait to hear them. Okay, bye. Mwah. Bye-bye.